Your energy is your greatest resource. Your greatest resource that literally creates your life. And what makes up your energy? Your energy is made up of your mind and your emotions, the mental thoughts, the thought patterns, the self talk, the limiting beliefs, or just beliefs, which are likely limited if you're listening to this video, limiting beliefs, false perceptions, right? All the mind stuff. And then emotionally, bodily, somatically, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, how you feel about relationships, how you feel about whatever, that is also creating your life. So your mind and your emotions, right? They work in tandem and they create your energy. Now, if you are living from a lack scarcity mindset, thinking, you're not good enough, nobody likes you, it's so hard to, or life is so hard, it's so hard to do whatever, all of these heavy thoughts. And if your body feels frozen or tense or emotionally blocked, because maybe you can't even feel into your emotions because there's a lot of fear and blockages within your emotional system. Or maybe you feel so much to the point of numbing everything away, right? And so all of these blocks, all of these negative thought patterns, this emotional stagnancy and tightness, this creates stagnation in your energy field. And we live in a world where the world is energy. The world is literally molecules, tiny, tiny little molecules, little atoms all put together and creating homes and neighborhoods and mountains and all of the things on this planet. Your body is created of subatomic particles, these little things, right? It's energy. It's all energy. It all goes back to energy at the very bottom of everything. Everything is fucking energy. And so if you are operating in negative lack mentality, self-sabotaging mentality, that's what you're going to create and that's what you're going to experience in life. And you might think like, oh, well, that's just meant for me, or my life is just meant to be this way. No, it's not. That's a false belief. There's false belief in there. And the reason why you're experiencing what you claim to be true for yourself is because you have claimed it to be true for yourself. So if you're feeling lack and experiencing lack and you're like, well, look, there's like, I have no money in the bank and I have nothing and whatever. If you're just like focusing on all the lack, then that's where you're going to continue to create is lack, which is why I'm sure you've heard the saying goes, where your energy goes, energy flows. Where your attention goes, energy flows. So what you focus on, you literally manipulate or multiply is what I meant to say. When you focus on something, it multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. And so much of humanity is focused on negativity, scarcity, competition, fear, all the other negative bullshits. So much of humanity is focused on this negativity. And then they wonder why they experience more negativity, and they can't seem to catch a break because there's just so much negativity in their life. Because that's what they're focusing on. That's what their energy is. That's what they're aligned with. And so shifting energy, shifting that resource that you have, your unique resource, your energy, shifting your energy by changing your mind, healing your mind, healing your body, bringing more safety into the body, shifting your thoughts, shifting your emotional patterns, healing your nervous system. Those little micro moments of shifting those two systems, that is going to create a transformation in your life. That is what's going to shift your reality and change your reality, because you're going to be focusing on better things when you begin healing the mind. If you notice your self-talk, how do you speak to yourself during the day? What thoughts constantly come up during the day? Are they negative or are they positive? When you do something silly, or if you make a mistake, or if you, I don't know, mess up something, Do you go immediately to blaming yourself and saying, oh, like, of course you did that, you dumb bitch, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, does your mind go straight to shaming you and blaming you? Or is there a voice that says, it's okay, baby girl, it happens. It's okay, honey boo boo, it happens. All good. Shit happens. You tried your best. It's okay. It's okay. Or do you love and accept all parts of you? The messy, the everything. And so noticing your mindset, right? Noticing what you think on a daily basis. That will give you a clue as to where your current mindset is. And, that voice in your head that keeps talking and keeps talking, that inner critic, that inner dialogue. That's not you. They're just voices. It's your egoic voice just talking out of fear and lack and scarcity and whatever the fuck. Noticing that and becoming aware of that is the first step into healing. Because healing, the healing process, you have to begin with awareness. Because if you're not aware of where you're starting, you don't know how to go about healing, because you need to know what you're currently operating on. You need to know your current belief systems, your current thought patterns in order to understand how to transform them. And so once you have those beliefs and those thoughts, written out on a piece of paper, and you notice, this is what you're currently believing, and they're shitty, and you don't want to believe this anymore. You don't want to think this way anymore. You want to build more self-love and more self-compassion, and you want to, have a healthier inner world and a safer, more compassionate inner world. That's so doable. I came from a place of such inner critic. I was so fucking mean to myself for so much of my life because that's just the way I was brought up. That's the way I was programmed, to believe that something's wrong with me. And so my inner dialogue was trained by my external environment. And it wasn't until many, many years, I think I was like 24, my early 20s, when I had my spiritual awakening. And, I realized, like, holy fuck, I'm mean to myself. And, like, I don't like living this way. And I want to change my life. And I'm just so tired of, being stuck and feeling stuck and, just so frustrated with how my life was going. And I wanted to change it. And so, really taking so much time to constantly tend to the mind, reaffirming different beliefs, which takes repetition and it takes time to build these new beliefs. And, noticing when it comes up, stopping in the moment, noticing that that's, a past belief thought or an old belief thought that's not you, that's not true. That's just, your old egoic self talking. Okay, noticing that. And then shifting it every single time. And that's how you do it, shifting it. So if it's, oh, I'm so stupid. No, before we go down that rabbit hole, before we spiral into that thought, let's hold up, take a moment and be like, that was silly, but that's okay. Shit happens. Or, whatever comes natural to you, whatever healthy talk comes to you. And that's the process of it. Constant rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And over time, your mind will naturally start to have the healthy dialogue as the initial dialogue. And that's how you can begin healing the mind. There's so much more to talk about when it comes to that, which is obviously another video. But that's regarding the mind, right? Your body now, oh my gosh, your body. That's like 3,000 videos. I'm kidding. That's a lot of videos as well because, the body holds so much energy and memory and emotion. And so many of us do not know how to deal with emotion. We don't know how to feel emotion. We don't know how to release emotion. And so we store it and we just have years and decades of emotional pain and memory just absorbed into our bones and our body, our muscles. And it clogs up our system and we can't radiate good energy when we're clogged and closed up, or frozen out of fear. And so creating more safety in the body, which is once again a daily practice, both the mind and the body, they're daily practices. creating more safety in the body with somatic practices, with breath work, with EFT tapping. There's so many modalities to help regulate the body when you're feeling, dysregulated, and when you're feeling overwhelmed, or when you're feeling triggered. Doing those, using those tools, using those modalities in those moments, but then also just on a regular day when you're feeling fine, integrating more safety, even though you already feel okay, integrating more safety into the body, because the body cannot have enough safety. And so it's just a constant practice of healing the body, healing the mind. And then your trueness, your true essence, your true self will begin to kind of like melt into your body, into your being. And you could begin feeling your trueness come to life, because you have likely put yourself away, pushed yourself away, hid your true self in a closet because you were told that you are unacceptable, you're weird, you're dumb, you're all of these things, unlovable, nobody likes you, all of these things. And we're trained growing up through life and through, societal conditioning, we're trained to believe that something is wrong with who we are, our innate nature, ourselves. And so we shove ourselves away, we push ourselves away, and we lock them up in a box. And then we create this persona of who we are, And, this likable version that's acceptable in society. So that way we're safe, because people will like us because we've perfectly formed ourselves into being likable. But what that does is just push away our true selves even more. And then when you wake up to the fact that you actually have thrown your true essence away and locked her up, and you begin waking up to these realizations of, how you've been conditioned and how you've been programmed, you're going to start to feel this dissonance of yourself, or this dissonance between who you are on the outside and who you truly are on the inside. And you're going to feel stagnant. You're going to feel frustrated. You're not going to feel aligned with who you truly are, but this facade that you've created, because it's not who you actually are. But you created it as a protective mechanism. And, as humans, we just want to be loved. We just want to be seen. We want to belong. We just want to be accepted for who we are. And that's it. But the way to feel that way is not by creating personas and shoving our trueness away. It's actually by unlocking that treasure chest, opening it up, letting your true essence shine and come back and sit in your body, allowing your trueness to soak into every cell of your being, and healing the emotions that come with that, and healing the mindset of your old self, and allowing in newer, more self-loving, more compassionate thoughts. And by, doing this healing work, changing your energy, alchemizing your energy, that's when you're going to notice shifts in your life. It's not by going externally of yourself and, doing all the work outside while keeping your inner world the same. That's not how life changes. It's not how your reality shifts. Your reality shifts by going inward and setting yourself free and healing your body, healing your mind, shifting your energy, alchemizing your energy. And that's when your energy and your essence then shines and manifests and magnetizes. It's by honestly just letting yourself be you. Letting yourself be you. And aligning with your true energy. Because your true energy, that is your most valuable resource. And you can do anything and go anywhere with that energy, that true energy of who you are, that limitless energy of who you are. Anyway, if this video resonated with you, if you found value in it, make sure to give me a like. Subscribe to the channel where we talk all things self-development, spirituality, spiritual growth, healing. And in Rise Sister, we have a community of soul-led women who are on this journey of healing and self-love and empowerment, reclaiming who they really are. And that journey is tough to do alone. It can be very fucking tough because you literally have to go to the depths of your being and, you know, go to rock bottom, hit rock bottom, and heal all of this trauma and this heaviness and these wounds and these things that have been living within you for years. That is fucking hard work, okay? But in community, we gather so much strength when we're in community. And, you know, having a space where we can be heard and be seen and be supported by fellow sisters, by fellow spiritual sisters, that is what makes this journey so much more bearable and also just magical because, you know, you're not alone. And I know this journey feels like you're alone and no one else feels the way you do, but that's not true. We all feel it. We all feel it. You just have to find your community. And so if you're interested in that, there's more info in the link below. So anyway, sending you love and light as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.